Give the people what they want, cause we need the people. Give the people what they want, cause we need the people.
Madam Chair Lady, my two youngest kids, I have a simple philosophy. If you come to me, that means you could not get it solved on your own. Meaning, I am going to take all the measures that I can to solve the problem. But before doing that, Madam Chair Lady, I will make sure that I have had the opportunity to speak to both of my sons together and individually, one by one. Madam Chair Lady, what I have seen happening in this House of Parliament, in my opinion, is unacceptable. We have had the Minister of Rami here twice, the Minister of VSA now here 2 times and scheduled for tomorrow, and we are still awaiting a meeting that was scheduled or requested since the 4th for information to be able to then make a sound decision on what we think about the situation and the embarrassment that has taken place in this country. Because it is an embarrassment. When accusations are thrown left and right in government, then we all look bad. So, Madam Chair Lady, through you, I tell the Minister of VSA, I applaud you for not being afraid to come and face the Honorable House of Parliament, but I'm going to be totally straight with you. Tell us the truth. Tell us exactly how it is and what it's about, from A to Z, and we expect the same thing from the Prime Minister. And that way, when I make a decision, I could stand behind the decision I make. Madam Chair Lady, I just understood also that once again, we do not have a SAR. Where are we going? I'd like the Prime Minister to also tell us what is happening there. Everything again is hold up. And then the people out there saying, Parliament ain't doing nothing. Nothing ain't happening. We can't get nothing. Madam Chair Lady, this is your house. Madam Chair Lady, you are the representative of this Parliament. Please don't let the government put you to shame. Thank you, Madam Chair Lady.
Thank you, MP Lacroes.
Yeah, we fix it normally. And then I was saying like, yeah, both side have the own problem, money problem. I believe everybody got money problem. So tonight I have a big MP, no stranger in the house. No stranger in the house with us tonight. We see in Parliament he hit and he given blows. And last time I meet somebody from government say you don't give blows, but Lacroes So tonight I have MP Lacroes in the house with us. So he's gonna tell us what's going on because we see how things going in Parliament. So he's gonna tell us what's going on, and when we move from there, have a little conversation. MP Lacroes, good evening.
A blessed evening to you, my brother. A blessed evening to all your followers, all the listeners, the radio listeners. I'm trying to share the live here.
Did you have to share the light?
I'm trying to share your live.
My life.
Yeah, try to share your life. I don't want to go live, I want to share yours.
Yeah. So MP, how you? Because I see you come up with your short cap. You got something coming? Because I ain't customer see you coming. The last time you see with this shot that was campaign time.
No. The reason I usually have on my shirt. This is my foundation.
Okay.
So this is what I usually have on. I was just doing some work today, driving around, carrying some food goods for the elderly. So
even you're elected, you're still doing your what to say? You're still doing your things, helping the people outside here.
You know, election for me is not only about during election, and it don't have nothing to do with election, because I used to do these things long before election. You know, so just a helping hand wherever I can, as much as possible. You know, so
MP, welcome back. We know things seem both sides getting shaky these days. I would say you don't have the money. So today we see social media saying, "Hey, we only see politicians only when election. After that, we don't see them no more." And we always see you talking. You don't remember me, former MP Maurice Lake, if I'm not mistaken. Back to basics, like the things you touching in Parliament. You and MP Lewis, if I'm not mistaken. You guys the man is MPs, but hey, they say what they have to say, the way they're saying it, and why government don't really listen. That our next story. So today, when they say we see you're doing certain things, and how you feel after 2 years now being 2 years being MP, how you feel as MP, because you see you're very vocal. Lacroes don't really sleep and compared to something MP Aaron, if I'm not mistaken, this week in Parliament. So, MP, how you feel after 2 years as MP?
No, it is like I told you once before. It is a challenge. You know, it's a challenge, especially if you want to see change. You know, so I have adapted a whole system, which is I will bring a problem to light with a solution, with an idea. You know, and hopefully the government would, and the coalition would actually, listen and take something out of it. I'm not saying that you have to take everything, but take something out of it and see, where you could go, move forward. So that's what I've been doing in the past. The last couple of weeks was extremely stressful, and stressful because I see that the country moving forward. There are a lot of fighting, everybody wants to shine and those kind of things. And that's from inside themselves, and if they would only realize when one shine, everybody shine.
Yes.
Because you are a government, but everybody's still on this individual type of, game. And then eventually it just don't make no sense. The bite and the fighting, and this one, allegations and this. And like I mentioned on the floor of Parliament, I say, you know what? At the end of the day, if you are a minister accusing another minister of wrongdoing and asking him to be removed, but that minister comes and brings documentation and shows us proof that you have been doing the same thing, then why have we had, MP Minister Patrice Gums in Parliament twice, Brugh in Parliament twice, and we have had the Prime Minister 0 times.
Okay.
You understand? So at least we called the meeting, and the meeting was called to hear his side.
Okay.
What is happening, but that opportunity we're not getting. And then the Minister of VSR is brought twice, one day to deal with the situation, next day with a motion that has never even been presented as yet on the schedule. Then it's like, you know what? This is crazy. This is crazy. And I am extremely happy that the majority of the members of parliament saw and are seeing that there is a problem. Okay. And the last question everyone kept asking is, how can you see yourself working? Well, brother, let me ask you a question. Everyone that works with you like? No. But you have to work.
Yeah.
You understand? So you can't tell me, hey, because I don't like you, I can't work with you. That would be, then you wouldn't be able to work nowhere. Okay? At the end of the day, you need to do your job and let me do my job. You stay on your lane and I will stay on mine. And if you try to come on my lane, that's where the problems, arise and where they come from. So again, it's just like, it got so much things wrong in this government that I don't see them getting it together.
But MP, when you watch something and you guys in parliament, you have the ministers and you had an election, okay, you guys have proposition, the population be sorry, okay, I'm gonna be on the opposition, we're gonna give them a second chance. Today, after 2 years, when I watching parliament session and I see the comments and what you guys talking about, is the same problem never moved. GB, light bill, water bill, roads, the same problem coming back. So,
and that's a problem. That's a problem, Gerard. When you come and you promise people during election that you have all the solutions, and then you reach inside there and you realize that you don't have the solutions.
Okay.
Because you don't have the capability of putting the solutions together. You understand? So then you find yourself in this situation. We're talking about 2 years further. 2 years further. And if you ask me, we are further back than we were 2 years ago. And you know what's crazy? When people that supported this coalition start to call you.
Okay.
Die-hard supporters telling you, like, that was a mistake.
Okay.
You understand? That was a mistake. This is not, this is not what we signed up for. And it don't move the country forward, and I've extended my hand multiple times, hey, if you need help, I have ideas. I have, and like I tell you, I told you this before, I have communication with some of the ministers, good communication. But if they continue fighting each other, no matter how good the ideas are, that still ain't gonna happen. So at some point, the people of Sint Maarten need to decide, okay, who you want to put there is people that could get things done.
But MP, when you watch good, they had a program, they had a solution after they have experienced people in this government as ministers, president of parliament, she's a coalition member too. So they have the experience somewhere because even sometimes I watch, I say, when you watch the face expression, sometimes you're like, okay, but today, the people of Sint Maarten still have the same problem.
When you look at this, right? When you look at that last meeting on Tuesday, okay? You look at that meeting and you tell me that any one of the members of parliament in coalition did not see that we had a problem, and we have a problem.
They did not see?
That they didn't see it. All of them see it.
For me, all of them know it.
All of
they
them
come
know
out in the press.
Exactly. You understand? They all know, hey, we have a problem because they thought the minister would just dwindle away. They thought they could have, and maybe they still can because it's 9 of them. They could still bring a vote, and send him home. But I will not stay quiet with that. I will continue to voice my opinion, which is simply, if you accuse me of this and you go and you doing the same thing, right? then you deserve to make the same treatment I deserve.
Because the minister, when he come in parliament, because he was defending himself hard.
He hide.
Exactly. So he thought what he had to say.
He was asked to come back twice. He came, went, come back twice. You understand? He have no problem with it. Again, and let me tell you something. He admit, hey, listen, I maybe made a mistake or an oversight or whatever. He admitted, you know. And then I would ask anybody that ever had a job anywhere, did you ever make a mistake? You understand where I'm coming from? The importance is that if you make a mistake, you learn from it. But you need to first accept that you made a mistake. Okay? Good. Again, we're moving forward from there. The game is nasty.
Yeah, because
the game is nasty. As a politician, right? I have continuously said this is the nastiest game because some people have nothing else. This is just everything, and the whole life surrounds this. Okay? So they are going to do whatever it takes to get there, to remain there, to slander, you know, whoever it is in that sense, you know. Again, it's just like, oh, come on, you know.
But MP, when you watch it from outside, I find it's very, it's actually a game because at the end of the day, the boss is the prime minister.
No, that's wrong. The prime minister is a spokesman, right?
Yeah.
And he decides what goes on the agenda to be discussed by the ministers.
Okay.
But there is not one minister that is above another. That is a misconception.
So if the prime minister want to, let's say, to go home,
he can't decide that.
But they have the coalition because I also remember coalition were talking like
that's what I just said. If they have nine and all nine agree on that, you understand? Then they could bring it to a vote, and they could, you know, bring a vote on confidence against the minister and send him home because they have 9. Okay, the question is, do all 9 agree with you? You understand where I'm coming from? Do all 9 agree with you? And do some of those 9 and the other 6 don't think that you two need to go home? You understand? That's the next story.
Next story, because I don't remember who say if one gotta go, so the others have to go too.
Yes. I said in a meeting, real simple. I started my meeting by saying this. Okay, I have 2 kids, my 2 youngest sons. If they have a problem and they can't solve it, they come to me. When they come to me, I'm gonna solve it. But before I solve or give my conclusion, I want to have a conversation with both of them separately and both of them together. Okay? That is what I ask, because I want to see what is your story for me to make my decision. If you got to go home, you got to go home, or both of you got to go home, or you need to find a way to solve this problem.
This, we say, bubble between the Prime Minister, the USM party, and the Minister of BSA, do they have an impact in the BSA, in the Minister of Health? They have
an impact on the whole country. It is an embarrassment to the country when types of allegations like this, you understand, are being brought forth. It is an embarrassment to the country. Gerald, let me tell you something. This didn't start today.
Okay.
You hear what I tell you? This didn't start today. Last year, June, I had this conversation. And I told them, I said, I fix our business. And fix your business because, and I said, I don't want to bring this to the floor of Parliament because I was made aware of everything was going on. You understand? Okay. And I said, solve your problem in-house because it is an embarrassment to the country. So please don't do us that. Mind you, this is not my party. This is not my coalition. I am not, not part of the government in no way form. But again, right, it's because that's the way I function. My goal is not to embarrass nobody. You understand where I'm coming from? That's not the type of person I am. If I could save you an embarrassment, okay, I will save you the embarrassment. But then if I give you the opportunity to do the right thing, then why not do the right thing? You understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
And I still haven't spoken fully out yet. You hear what I tell you? I have not spoken fully out yet.
But when you watch good, it's a coalition. I believe coalition, they have meetings together and they don't sit down with the ministers and talk and think, because I watching Chair Lady of Parliament, she was like,
she's embarrassed.
Exactly.
Madam Chair Lady is embarrassed.
Yes.
She is sitting there thinking to herself, right? If this is my last run, will this be the way I live? I know in her mind she's thinking, this can't be real.
You're gonna see.
You understand? This can't be real. And again, it is, you know what it is? You know what it is? When you think you know everything. You understand where I come from? And you don't know everything. You don't know everything. You need to ask questions. You need guidance. Okay? You need, somebody called me this morning with a situation, and I could have quote the law to her exactly what to use.
Okay.
Right away, she was like, you know, how you know that? I said, you know why? Because I had that situation, somebody else asked me, and I asked about it because I didn't know. I asked, I got the information, okay, and it's stuck here. So that's how I could give you that information. You understand?
Yeah.
We got to grow. We got to grow.
So MP, when you watch this government, I mean transparency, leadership, how you feel about that? Because when you're watching like the prime minister, like you tell me every minister could do whatever what they want.
No, it's not do what you want. You're in charge of your own ministry.
Yes.
You understand? If you need to make a decision that is above 50,000, for example, then you need a council of ministers to approve it.
Okay.
Above 100,000, you need the governor to approve it too.
Okay.
You understand? So anything under that, you as a minister, you could deal with it on your own. Okay? But you are in charge of your own ministry. And like I tell you, the problem is everybody wants to shine, and they don't realize, right, that there's only one spotlight to be used at the same time. They don't get it.
But do you go in government to shine? To be
No, of course, no. Listen, let me explain you this, and this is, let's go back to this, right? Let me explain you. I do 10 times more than you actually see.
Okay.
Okay. I do 10 times. My team just cuss me because, like, okay, look, you do all of that, you didn't show, nobody didn't tell. I say yes, because it's not only about showing. You know, it's not about showing. So as a minister, right, as an MP, as a politician, you need to show people that you are busy, what you're doing, you know, and that is not, you know, Gerald, let's because that's Kaka, that's melee. You understand? When I come by you, I want to leave with, I give a message to the people, you understand, that they get, right, what MP Lacroes is busy with. Let's talk about pension. That's one I want to touch. Let me go there, man. So listen. Okay, look, I'll take it over your interview. Listen, if you do a search on Google and you check if there are any countries that have set a minimum pension, you're going to see what the answer is. If you go on Google, look for it.
It can't be we.
Check it now.
It can't be we.
Okay. No. Listen, again, that idea, okay, that it can't be we, or that we will never reach there, to me, impossible. Okay. Nobody could ever tell me I can't get nothing done. Okay. You're going to tell me, because if that country gets it done, I could get it done. I just need to figure out how that country got there to be able to reach there. Okay. Impossible that I have, as for example, let's say I have an aunt that works minimum wage. She's a cleaner, and she makes minimum wage, $1,000 a month. Okay, she pays our way, which is pension, and when she's finished and she goes on pension, that she gets $200-300 guilders.
So how she believe it?
Okay, good. So my challenge now, right, and my research and my questions to the ministers, to the APS, to VS, to SZV, okay, is asking for information so we could make that happen, that we could set a minimum that people could actually get as pension.
MP, that make how much years we earn this? He had this in the campaign.
No, people. I never hear nobody talk
minimum
about
wage. We talk about
no minimum wage is one thing.
Pension.
Minimum pension.
Okay, minimum pension.
Pension is always what you put into it.
Okay.
What I am talking about right now is that nobody, and the goal would be that nobody make less than minimum wage as their pension.
Okay.
You understand?
Yeah.
So let me give you a small example. Okay. Government don't have no money.
Exactly.
You think so?
Well,
They don't have money for what is important to you and I.
So what are they doing in government then?
Okay, what?
Hey,
Brother, listen to what I'm telling you. The way I see money spending, you understand,
Yeah.
on things
Mhm.
that I think are not essential and not important. When you tell me you don't have no money,
Mhm.
right? Then that means you don't have no money. Okay.
Mhm.
And if you're going to put money into something, then you need to show me directly, real quick, not in 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20 years, how we are going to make that money double, triple, quadruple, that type of money. That is what I think it should be like. You understand?
Yeah.
And that is not the case. So there's no control.
Okay.
There's no control, okay, on so much things because there's no manpower.
But the pension, the minimum pension, it depends from a ministry or is something not
Government, don't forget now. Government's coffers is all the money collected by government. Total coffers of government. Every ministry have streams of income, okay, that cause that. Minister of Justice, residency permits, managing directors permits, you understand? All those things bring money. TIAT, business license, operation licenses, vending licenses, all of those things. The only ministry, education, don't bring no money. Okay, education is, I think, the only one. General affairs don't bring no money neither because receivers fall under finance. You understand? But make sure that you're collecting that money. Make sure that you're going to, if you don't have enough people to work, that's slowing down the process. Take some of that money, hire people, because when you hire those people to come in and work, you're going to make more money. But if you take that money and you spend it on something else and forget to bring people in there, what's going to happen?
True.
It's just, to me, it's just simple common sense.
So for you as MP and the opposition, the actual government don't see this thing, they don't know this thing where they live in. Because we could swing it how we want. They have people who suffer in this country.
Yeah, bro.
They have people who
listen,
suffer in that
let me tell you this, and I'm going to be totally honest with you. I know a lot of people that is go sleep hungry or wondering, what am I going to eat tomorrow? And that's troubling. You understand? That's troubling to me. People are talking about, oh, MPs making all that money. I don't know one MP that don't have a line of people that did us give food, money, school fees, books. I don't know one. And I'm not talking about opposition. I include coalition in that because people are so used to coming to you and asking you for help, that you can't get nothing done for yourself. You can't get nothing done for yourself because you're constantly busy helping other people. And that's okay, because that is what you sign up for. That is who I am. Even before politics, I was always a person to want to help others because I always knew what it was like to be hungry.
Yeah. So MP, we see you're working in certain things, but I come back again. Do government really put in the money? Because I coming back, GB still on. We campaign you, so we see people, we hearing it.
How long we waiting for generators? What's the problem with the generators now? You know how much meetings we had with GB? And because GB does not want to have bringing the prime minister there by himself, right, to me make no sense. So GB only agreed to come to a meeting in Parliament if it's a closed door. Okay.
Have secrets or?
Again, it got a lot of things as a company that you have to keep, and I'm okay with that. But don't give me no half stories. And I told them that. I said, don't give me no half stories. Tell me exactly how it is. Because why we doing closed door then? You understand? And I want a plan. Show me where we're moving forward.
But no, it was because there's spoils enough in the wall.
You remember when I ring that bell?
Yeah.
You remember how long ago I rang that bell? When I rang that bell, right, the government had moved. Instead of observing and watching and keeping an eye on it, and decided, you know what? First, let's send out all the controllers to check prices now. Because before the prices went up on any freight that came to St. Maarten, most supermarkets already jack up the price. They jack up the prices. Exactly, this is what I'm saying.
We have almost a situation that's why it's only 2 stores
they control the ones they want. You understand? Or even if they're properly controlled, that's the next question. Because I remember they'll drop off the list and tell them write down the prices and leave. You understand? Instead of going in and checking everything themselves. Okay? And we had beef about that, where then they start to actually do the job. Okay? But like I tell you, it has so much things. I think it's just maybe a lot for them that listen, you want me to explain this? If you're on fire every day, right? You can't get a chance to build because all you're doing is out in fires. All you're doing is out in fires. You understand where I'm coming from? Yeah. At some point, you're gonna say, you know what, let that burn. Whatever that situation is, okay, let that burn. Because that's gonna give me time to come up with this idea that's going to make sure that that don't happen again. You understand? But we need to be able to get there. We need to be able to get there. And we're not. You understand? We're not.
Yeah, but MP, when you watch good, we have worldwide now, we see gas going up, food going up, everything going up. And we have a government, we have 2 years that is coming in Mercelina II. And tourists. We see the last time we bring a fellow from the States. We see all the what we do, just had Carnival. And what's your views for these situations? Because tourists come in, we know you wasn't that feel at time, but tourists come in and the country still, people from the country still suffering. And economically, where the money going?
Only God knows, brother.
Only God. No.
Only God knows what is happening, what's going on. You know who I feel for? I feel for the Minister of Finance.
You feel for she? Why?
Because I know the situation.
Okay.
Now she could handle a lot different, You understand? But I feel for her. Because it's the same situation, everybody trying to shine. So nobody want to do what they got to do. And everybody keeping back each other. You understand where I'm coming from?
Okay.
And this is the problem. This is the problem. And again, listen, if I have to cut your budget, I won't cut it.
And save money.
You understand? But I could only cut your budget. Why? If I was in a ministry and the ministry said, for example, I could have brought in 5 million. You understand? And I only bring in 1 million. You can't expect me as a Minister of Finance not to cut your budget. I will cut it. You understand?
Losing.
But if you ask me, right, to not cut it, give me an extra million so I can hire people. And in the next 6 months, I'm going to bring in that money more we didn't pick up because we had to pick it up. Or we didn't pick it up because we didn't have personnel to do so. That's a different case. You see what type of person I is? I'm trying to give you solutions.
Yeah.
You understand?
But when you watch good, MP, they say you don't have the money. And the other MP will say, but they're spending money like crazy. So, but the people still suffering. I come back to that again. And today we see tourists, we bring a fellow for views, Carnival just done 55 years. So what's your view about economically the tourist industry right now with this government? Because whatever policy the government put in place is that making something in the tourist industry too. Because we see, I come back, you guys market, I put in, so when are you going to do the market? You don't have nobody being you don't need you for the moment. Because it got a lot of tax. So what's the solution? If you give me what's the solution? Because me, every time I go town, they still got that thing there, and we see other projects going more faster than the market, and we are tourists thing. The roads is another story. The last thing MP always say, listen, they got big pothole. They come on is the capital too. So you want to tell me the ministers, the coalition heads, and the president of parliament, you see these things?
Listen, let me get a joke, right? Let me get a joke. So you could laugh a little bit. Somebody made a post sometime back and said they went in a hole, I think in Colby, and come out in Colsac.
That was actually never.
Yeah, but that alleviate traffic.
The intellect, they continue to move forward. 2 years don't pass. Yeah, what? 3 years or 2 years again?
2 years.
2 years again.
You know what? The time to blame the previous government, that has passed. The time to come up with excuses has passed. Okay? If you don't know how to do it, if there's 4 parties and you can't get it done, okay, drop 1, drop 2. Okay? And get people in there with you that could help you get it done. But if you're continuously stubborn about it, right, all 4 and the country can do this.
So, MP, when I listen to you, that means Minister of Rome, he lost, we still have a situation too. And we see the thing with the saga with the flaming business when you coming back to that. But when you say like that one cannot be guys, they too really getting beat up is Versailles and Romy. I justice for the woman I hear she get beat a lot. Finally she had cheating. So she had cheating too, but them two you find they should go or they need people to help them.
You know, I've always said this, I've always said this. If you put somebody in there that has never been in there, okay, we ain't getting nowhere further.
Okay.
So if you put somebody in there, it got to be somebody or somebody with the guidance of people that have the knowledge to deal with it.
Okay.
Okay. Again, Minister of Rami problem, right, is, in my opinion, real simple, right? We don't hear what's going on. You just seeing garbage everywhere all day long, and you can't understand why. You understand where I'm coming from? No, listen, I live in a neighborhood. I live in St. Peter's, and I continuously, whenever I see St. Peter's dirty, I call the minister. I send him pictures with timestamps. He asked me, he said, send me the picture with a timestamp so he could address the company. You understand? Now, within short, they come and they clean up, or they move around in St. Peter's and they clean up. Okay? But my question is, why do I have to call?
Exactly.
And just imagine that you live in a neighborhood and the garbage by you pile up, and it is not somebody that has access to these person to make it happen. You understand? You have a job. You have a job. Do your job.
But let me ask you something, because just so you say, they need people. When a minister swearing, new cabinet, everything, the technician who were there, the technician from this ministry get moved up, or you just work with them? Because you could come in. I watch in the French system, when I have new minister come in, I form my cabinet, political cabinet, but all of the civil servant as technicians still around to apply what I want to put in place, and they have the experience. Do you guys want so you just come here? I want wash up everybody and wash up everybody from ministry.
So you know what happened? You have civil servants that there.
Okay.
Okay. And a lot of the civil servants were busy doing something.
Okay.
Okay. You come in as a new minister, and if your attitude is stop all of that, we're going to do this.
Okay.
Then you got people that actually working 2, 3, 4, 5 years already on a project that you are asking them to stop, and they want to see their work materialize. Okay. Maybe you talk to them in a manner that they don't appreciate. But then that literally means, right, that they are going to slow it down, or they are going to, you know what, even if, let's say, for example, they don't understand your ideas, or your ideas don't even make sense. You're asking them to execute something that don't make no sense.
Yeah, but MP, whoever come in, garbage, switch, these things is a normal, even minister team, president, MPRC, whatever it is supposed to follow. And me, when I watch the minister, sometime parliament, like, you need help. Why you can't? I saw that, okay, if in that position I need help, I got to talk with Durandi, I don't talk to him. He was, if I have to go see Christopher, we have this problem in this country is
pride.
Exactly.
And that is the problem. The problem is pride, because you don't want people to say, oh, I had to ask for help. Okay? I have no pride. None whatsoever. To me, it's not about what you think or what, I don't care about that. Once the job gets done and my people could move forward in this country, then we good.
Yeah.
And that is what, they're not seeing it. They're not seeing it. And if they don't see it, I tell you, I don't know where we're going to be if it continue like
because if I come back to that garbage thing, you see what's going on. Just know, just so you don't start with a contemporary same thing, is relax everything. The dump. What's this? The dump is always a situation. We cannot continue. I know you guys will get point for that, but
find where.
I don't get
find where.
Because
listen, if I have asked multiple times. I say, okay, you know what? Look, listen. As citizens of Sint Maarten, you also have a responsibility. You have to carry your country with pride.
Yeah.
Okay? If you live in a neighborhood, and please listen carefully to me. If you live in a neighborhood, okay, find out from the garbage company what days and what times.
But I need government job to
Again, even if they put it out, okay, and you don't see it, okay, it's still you putting out your garbage. So you find out, okay, when they picking up garbage, what days and what times in your neighborhood, on your street, and try to go as much close as possible there. And when, if you can't, then you can't, okay, and you put out the garbage. But if you choose the garbage truck leave and then you go empty your house with chairs, beds and those kind of things, you are not helping. You understand what I mean? You are not helping. And again, let's just take away from whose responsibility it is, okay? But as a citizen, I think, okay, if we ask the country to do their part, then they should. You understand?
Yes.
Do your part.
Yeah. But
what I can understand is that if they schedule to pick up Sunday, 8 o'clock, and next week Sunday, the garbage is still there, that is unacceptable. And that is the situation multiple times.
But the garbage situation and the dump was the solution you see, because that makes yours, okay, I don't know if still catch fire. We don't
no, we ain't doing no, ain't got no fire no more.
You got no fire no more. But what's the solution for you as an MP? Because we can't continue with yours, you have a dump open.
I've heard so much ideas that I thought were good ideas concerning the dump, but again, you need people to all decide it is okay for us to make this our idea. And I've mentioned it on the floor of Parliament. I said it to the chair lady, and I discussed it and within the party, within with MP Otley, and we said, you know what, there are things that we could work on together as a whole Parliament and execute, and forget about opposition, coalition, forget about ministry, nothing. Let's work together to get some things done, moving this country forward. We're only 16 years old, eh?
Yeah, but
we're 16. No. Listen, we are only 16 years old, and that is not an excuse. Okay? But again, it have a lot of learning to do. The question is, do they want to learn? Do they want to learn?
Who?
Coalition, the government,
the
MPs, the ministers. Do they want to learn?
Do they want to learn? But I said so. If you agree to be appointed as minister, that means you're able to do the job. It's just like if you
I gonna tell you this though.
If you
that's incorrect though. Listen, that's incorrect though.
So
you're elected as an MP. That don't even mean you could do the job. That means you get enough votes to fall in there and get a job. That's one. Okay? And depends on how much votes you get, you could put on your foot to your party if you're in coalition and say, I want that ministry, otherwise I gone. And that's what actually happens.
Yeah, but we're moving forward.
So let me ask you a question. When you look at the composition of the Council of Ministers, okay, everybody in there have a specialty. everybody might be able to do something that they would execute perfectly, but they're somewhere else. They're somewhere else.
Okay.
You understand where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
And even when there's where they're supposed to be, they're meddling in other things. So our prime minister needed to be the minister of health. That's it.
That's it. But I think he wasn't there.
Where? No. He fired the previous minister once of health.
Yeah, true.
Again, yeah, but you know why? You know why he could do that? You know why he could do that? Because he knows, or he felt he knows the job better. But then why? Now the second time around, why not take that position?
Yeah, but if you want to be prime minister.
Again, then be prime minister. Don't be minister of health. But don't want to do the minister of health job.
Because me, I said so. You're a doctor. That's how you say that's your best position because you know the system already. Is your little impact you gonna do so the country can move forward. When it comes to education, we had Samuel in it. Samuel was a teacher, a doctor in it too. So he did a job. Today, the Minister of Gums, I could say for what I was seeing, she joined certain stones. After I don't know she background, what she is exactly. Minister of Theatre, she doing promotion. After I don't know the background, so I didn't really search to know who doing this, who doing that. Because me, sorry, if my job is technician, I'm going to do it. I know, you know. So how how they do the thing? I think you guys should change it. It's not about
again. It's not me to change. You understand? It's not me to change. Again, you know, it's about sensation to this whole. You know, this whole. Everybody want to be, you know, news breaking news. Everybody want, and we're not moving forward. We're not moving forward. You understand? We're not moving forward. You know how much people dying of cancer, oh brother?
Hey, but
we literally last year, right, from Palatino, MP Duran and myself had a meeting with the Minister of Health, okay, discussing the types of food, okay, that we are eating here in Sint Maarten, and laws that exist in Europe that don't exist here, okay, and we were told we're working on it, okay, so give us a chance, we're working on it, okay, we're gonna revert, come back to you. In the meantime, right, I've even said, okay, because every idea costs money. You know, we spoke about sin tax. Let's tax tobacco. Let's tax cigarette. Let's take some of that money, build a state-of-the-art cancer center. Where are we going? Where's the idea? You know?
MP, it come back to a campaign. I hear people say agriculture, we will talk about this, we will do about that. Until today, yes, people meet with that.
Listen, you have in opposition, right? You have a minister of health, okay, which was the minister of everything. If you have questions, okay, you pick up that phone and you call MP Otley. He will get the job done. Okay, you have MP Duran Vrami. You have questions, ask him. You have Justice MP Linda Lewis, ask him. You understand? You have Minister of Finance. You got questions, ask him. You have people in opposition that have been in the position before. Okay, that if you have questions, ask. You know, say, you know what? I want to have a meeting with you. Put your phone away. If you feel like it's, you know, and have a one-to-one. Let's move this country forward. At the end, you could just say, yeah, we had a conversation, but all they give me is garbage. And I take all the ideas and make it work. You're making me happy. You're making me happy. Country moving forward. And this is what I'm saying. We are continuously, right, just looking to beat on each other instead of focusing on what is important. People hungry. People living in darkness, no running water, septic waters running in the street, garbage all over on the road, okay? If I ain't got no job, okay, most of the young boys, what they think, you know what it takes for you to actually hide there in a place so close to the police station, knowing that the way to get out is almost impossible, and that you will commit a crime and will rob a jewelry store in town. That is desperateness.
Yeah.
You understand? That is desperate. We need a change. We need a change. We need to start to do things for our children to understand that that is not the way. Okay? Social media got a hold that got our children messed up.
Yeah.
They believe what they're seeing. Okay? They believe that you have to have a big chain, a big fancy car. Okay? None of that is real. Most of these people, those things ain't real. You understand? Those people struggling to eat just like you and I.
So MP, how you see the 2 years coming up? Because the way I listen to you there is like the future will be hard.
And I have a problem preaching doom. You understand? I have a problem with that because it makes me very uncomfortable to even believe that there's no solution. Okay? Again, I've said it and I say it again. You have 4 parties. Okay? If the team working, if the gluing,
change.
If the matting,
change.
Okay? Get rid of 1, get rid of 2, however you decide to do it. You know? And again, it's not about us being in government. It's not about us being in government, because I'm going to tell you this. If they continue that way, 2 years from now, right, they in a lot of trouble with the population, because how you gonna knock on that door again? You understand what I mean? How you gonna say that? Because what have you delivered? All you bring is confusion and an embarrassment to the country.
So MP, before we leave the people in radio, when you watch motion, Minister of Verse, who coming up with a motion against him?
I am not sure, right? But I would believe, because the problem that he has is his party that want to bring a motion, but I'm not sure.
But if the party bring that, but the party killing himself?
Actually, no, because they could replace him and put somebody else in the position.
So that means when you choose he to be you trust him, no, he don't do what you want, you don't trust him, you take him out.
From day one, right? He knew that. Okay. He felt that. You understand? He felt that. And again, you know, that's their party and that's their problem. You understand? We have the United People's Party have a way of functioning, which is simple. You know what we do, right? We talk and discuss everything. My leader is the one that eventually, if he says we are going right, we go right. If he says we go left, he goes left. But he always gives me the opportunity to have that discussion with him openly on what I think and why we should go left or we should go right. You understand? I don't feel I above nobody. And that is the problem what you're having in there.
And the last word for tonight, because I got to bring you back, I don't know when, but I got to bring you soon. Soon. You have, you remember Roy Lynch?
Yeah.
Back in your social media. So last word to St. Maarten people tonight, MP. Final word to message to people of St. Maarten from you, MP Lacroes.
Pray. Put God in front. Try not to take everything on your own. If you have a problem, reach out. It's not everything we could solve. You know, I am not the solution to all your problems, but I have ideas and I might be able to guide you, in the right direction. You know, my Facebook has my phone number and everyone knows it, 526-6868. And I'm always available. You know, I take all my calls, I answer my messages to be able to help the people as much as possible moving forward. Remember that no problem, or the problem you had last year, you can't even remember what a problem was. So it wasn't so big, you understand, that you have to do something crazy. Okay, mean crazy, I mean go commit a robbery, commit a crime, take your own life, none of that, please. Okay, God in front and everything else will fall behind.
MP, thank you for passing through Youth Radio. I don't know if I'm gonna receive it in June because I see motion upside down. I don't know what's gonna happen, and I hope in between to have the ministers in studio too. We send invitation. Some busy, but you know, as ministers and we have work MPs as well. Continue defending the people of the
They
country.
have to make time to come. They have to make time. You understand? Not only when they have a problem, they have to make time to explain to the people what's going on. You understand? They have to do that.
So let's see where we will go to move forward. We got 2 more years. Both country and Kalala, both side have them, south side have them, south side have them. So next year, election friend side, let's see what will happen. And the people of Sint Maarten, north side and this side, if we continue with LSMA with that, I would say, in virgule, virgule or the same LSMA. But I don't believe we're going to go with the same LSMA and have some change. With next election is senatorial coming in September, so we're going to see. That's a nice election because I need to see if the president still can control the majority, and we saw it. So folks, after me is Backbone. I had MP Francisco Lacroes in the house. And don't forget, he gave all the contact is listen.
Somebody call. I on the phone right now and somebody just called me.
Listen, the MPs, there's the type of MPs you have them, you can contact them, whatever it is. I don't think they have solutions for everything, but if you need something, you need that information, video. So folks, be safe. For those who mourn in the family, condolences from Youth Radio, and don't forget, after me is Backbone. I don't know who he has guests because he tell me nothing. You know how Senegal people is. So take care of yourself. For those fellows on the road with a bike, be careful. Ladies, stop fighting. I see how I fight in French Quarter. I don't know if it's Suki. I'm doing the promotion. Suki trying to do good, but be safe and take care. Bye-bye.
Hello. Hello.
We share the heart.
All I see before come together. Come together as one. Sooner or later you gotta come together.